episode 10, Trev TV. I didn't know where else to put the video, so I'm putting it in Trev TV, just because there's not enough Trev TV episodes. But anyway, this picture was taken by yours truly at Uproar 2011, and it's of Chris Jericho with his band Fozzy. Now, why am I telling you this? Fozzy's coming to Edmonton in December, and yours truly ain't going. So, if Trev knows anybody who's watching in the Edmonton area, you could be a subscriber, you could be just a random viewer right now, and you're going to that show, Trev has an awesome favor to ask of you. If you have the VIP tickets, the meet and greets, and whatever, Trev will blow this picture up so that it looks more like that, you know, where it's more focused on Jericho. If you're going, if you have the VIPs, you have the meet and greets, talk to Trev. He'd love to get that picture autographed, hang it up on his autograph wall. But I'm getting off topic. So on to the topic. Loudwire, which is basically just a metal publication. They've been venturing a lot online now. Did a story today, and at the end of the story they had this whole ranked Lamb of God albums from 1 to 7. Well, 1 to 8. They counted Burn the Priest. I'm not counting Burn the Priest, but there's their list. You don't want to see it on the list? That's okay. I'll explain it to you as we go. Their ranking system went from 7 to 1, a little bit like this. Wrath was number 7. Resolution was number 6. New American Gospel was number 5. Sturm und Drang, which is Storm and Stress for people who don't speak German, was number 4. Ashes of the Wake was number 3. Palaces was number 2. And Sacrament was number 1. Now, I'm not saying I don't agree with them, but I don't kind of agree with them. Not to say that all theirs are out of place. Some of them I do agree with him. That's what we're going to get into. I'm countering Loudwire's argument, and this is how I would rank Lamb of God's albums 1 through 7. So as in any debate, feel free to counter me on this. You know, put in the comments below how you would rank the Lamb of God albums. But I'm going to tell you how I'm going to do mine. And like I said, I know I've had this debate before. It might have been on my personal Facebook page. But we're going to get into the debate. Now, they had Wrath at number 7. I'm keeping Wrath at number 7. It's not that it's a bad album, but coming off of Ashes and Sacrament, you figured they'd do something that kicked a little more ass. It's not, again, it's not that it didn't kick ass. It just didn't rank in the lines of Sacrament and Ashes. That's my number 7. So we agree on that, Loudwire. Number 6, and this was a toss-up, but I had to go New American Gospel. Now, some might count this as the first record. If you count Burn the Priest as the first record, I don't. That's why Burn the Priest is not in here. The Duke EP is not in here. Philadelphia is not in here. And Hourglass is not in here. But first album, of course, it's not going to knock the socks off everybody. I mean, it did kick a lot of ass. Especially when you got to, like, Terror and Hubris and the Subtle Arts of Murder and Persuasion. Even Pariah. Pariah is probably my favorite song on the album. But I would put it just before Wrath. It's not quite the groove that is in other albums, but it's not terrible. Number 5, and this one was a little bit tough because it was an album that essentially changed my mind as far as Josh Wilbur was concerned, who produced everything after Sacrament. Number 5 was Resolution. Again, it's not that it's a bad record, but compared to all the other ones, it's got some kick-ass tunes. It really does. Especially King Me. Like, the last song on the album is probably my favorite from the album. Maybe that and the number 6. So, that's my number 5. Number 4, and this is where we agree again. Easy. Sturm und Drang. jail record. It's a complete jail record. Like, a lot of the lyrics were written by Randy while he was in jail. And it's a good jail record. I mean, fuck, you got Chino from the Deftones on here. You got the dude from Dillinger Escape Plan on here, singing with torches, which is, again, a good way to close the album. You know, lots of good tracks on here. I mean, for a jail record, it measures up nicely. Now, the top three always is the hardest, but the top three is where Loudwire and I disagree a lot. Number 3. Yeah, this is the 20th anniversary edition. I have the original somewhere. I just don't know where I put it. For a while, Palaces was my favorite Lamb of God record. And that was before the remastered edition. Like, I'm not saying the remastering totally kicked the shit out of it or anything. It didn't take away, but it didn't necessarily make it any better. I mean, it's a great record. It's a great record, right from Ruin to Vigil. But I think what I'm getting at is the other two albums are just that much better. So we don't agree on number 3, Loudwire. These two were the toughest. Number 2, Ashes of the Wake. Why number 2? Well, obviously I thought the other one was better. Other one was also the one that A, got me introduced into the band, and B, was the first record I bought by them. I think I bought Ashes and the other one on the same day. Why am I even saying the other one? If you're following, you know which one I'm talking about. But this is one of those albums where I did not skip a track at all. I can still listen to it front to back and not skip a track. I'm quite happy with that. But this would be my number 2. Like, ugh. It just melts your face every time you listen to it. Number 1, Sacrament. First record I ever bought by them. First record that I was introduced to them by. And even though it's just over 40 minutes, it's a well-spent 40 minutes. I can't think of one bad song on here at all. At all. And to think, Mark Morton wrote a lot of lyrics to this. Randy was suffering from bad writer's block. So Loudwire and I agree on that. We didn't agree on number 2. We didn't agree on number 3. We didn't agree on number 5, and we didn't agree on number 6. But that's my debate as far as ranking the Lamb of God albums. Let me know what you think. You know, if you want to jump in on this one, that's all cool. You know, I would definitely appreciate the feedback, even the comments below. You know, just feel free to interact. It's a fun thing to do. But thanks for checking out this video. Your viewership always means so much to me. Always has, always will. You know that. I know that. Feel free to like this video if you liked it. Subscribe on the way out if you want to. You can find me on Facebook at Trev's TV. You can find me on Instagram at rockstartrev. I got a video idea in mind for this weekend. It's just a matter of making sure I can do it. And that'll probably come tomorrow, just because can't really do it any other day. Has to be tomorrow. Other than that, if I go through with that one, then there's the pool update video, and then there'll be video number 50. We're hitting the 5-0 milestone. So I'm kind of stoked about that. I have no idea what I'm going to do for episode number 50, but I'll think of something. I always do. So in the meantime and in between time, be on the lookout for more videos from the Trev. Later.